we're going to take some of these old disc blades and we're going to start another little project. We're going to clean these up. We're going to grind in a little. They already have a little bit of a flower shape, but we're going to grind it in a little deeper. See what we can get done with that, make it look a little bit more like a flower. Plan is we're going to take a piece of expanded metal, a circle of that, and weld it in here. And then I have ordered some schedule 40-inch pipe, which is the outside diameter on that's about almost 1.5 inches. It's like 1 3/8 inches. And so we're going to use that as our stem. I've also gotten some flat plate steel, about 3/16. We're going to make a few leaves, and we're going to kind of set this up to be some kind of, flower. You could call it a sunflower, you could call it a daisy, you call it what kind of flower you want. Do it a couple ways and see what it looks like. We're going to attempt to make 3 of these, different heights, and they'll be all kind of set together. This will be part of our music/sound garden at the Southern Virginia Botanical Garden. And we're using recycled materials. These disc blades are worn out, and that's why the scallop is out of them. And the reason there's a big hole in them, much bigger than normal, is the gentleman that had these, he bought new ones, but his discs, the blades themselves were much thinner, and so as you add those up on your gang, it may be 8 or 10 of these on a gang, and if they're all 1/8 of an inch shorter or thinner, you don't have enough nut on the end of your gang to tighten it up. So he asked us over at the high school one year to cut these circles out, and he took the centers like a big washer and put them on his gang of discs, so it would add up the thickness so he could tighten up the nuts and make the gang of discs tight, so it would roll in unison. Anyhow, so we have these left over. I've made lots of stuff out of these. These are excellent metal if you want to make knives or anything that chops. This is excellent blade steel. It's meant to be hit hard and stand up to toughness. So I have no idea what the makeup of it is, but you can't hurt this with a hammer. So, and these have been proven because they have been in the dirt in Halifax County, rock and clay for who knows how many years. So, I got a little straight edge here. We're going to try to basically mark where the lowest point is on all of these. We'll line them up straight across. So I've got my straight marks marked. Now I'm just going to mark how far in to cut, and I'm just going to use a little scrap block of wood for that. Mark the spot here that I want to stop. We're going to cut in about 2 inches, I guess, something like that. Whatever you do here is not wrong. We could leave it exactly like this and just paint it once we've got it clean. But this ought to give us a little more flower-like look to it. Choices. We can put it behind I cut out about a 9-inch piece of this expanded metal. We can put it behind this, and that gives us a relatively clean edge automatically. This hole is about 6.5, 7 inches wide, and our piece on the back is sticking up and out. We have to mash it down a little bit to weld it in there good. Or we can take it and put it in the front. And I like that, except the edge doesn't look very clean. Don't know if that's going to bother me that much to do anything about it, but I like this because it looks a little bigger. Now the trouble with this is we're going to have to spray this to paint it because once we weld this in there, there's no getting a brush down in here at all. We're going to have to spray that to paint it. And that could be an issue, could be not. Alright, I apologize about the rain making a noise. But we're going to show you how to make this flat circle. Just cut this out and sand it up to as good a circle as I could get. Become this dome. A little bit of a dome circle. The reason I dome them is, number one, it looks good, and if I want to put it on the back, that dome fits tight against the back so you can weld it easily. And this way I think it looks good. It kind of takes up, makes it look a little more even. But we're going to show you how to do that. And this is nothing but a leather mallet. You can buy these used or new. I've got this sitting on an old car rim. You can put it right on the table, but this allows us to get a little bit deeper hole here. And all we're going to do is spin. Tap it and that'll dish it. It's not quite dished as much as it needs to be, but it will dish. Just tapping it without trying to kill it. Put my hearing protection on, it's loud. Dished piece, and we can do more or less depending on how much we want it to stick out. This piece wanted to kind of follow some of this angle and want to curl more this way, so I can put it back on the table and stretch it a little bit, and that will make it sit down a lot flatter. And you can always tack weld it and then mash it down and tack weld it until that'll stay. But that's the idea of this. We got one more to do. Hey, back down. Alright, as you can see, we're going to work on our stems for our sunflowers. We've got our pipe in here. We've got a rag stuffed in the end. Taped in so we don't bump it out by accident, but that will keep the flames from coming out the end. No matter how long your pipe is, the flames will travel down it and come out the end and it will become hot. This pipe has been in there about 5 minutes and it's not even warm. All the way up there starts just to become warm. But we're going to bend these at a 90, so we're going to show you how we're going to try to do that. Together yet, but this is an old disc blade and some expanded metal. We'll tack weld this in here in several places, and then we're going to split that pipe in 3 or 4 pieces, cut it lengthways, and heat it with the torch, and then open those up. And what I'm hoping it'll do We don't need to open it up too much, but we'd like to open it up so it's hitting this back of this like my fingers, about 3 places or either 4 places. It doesn't matter, but I think 3 would probably be the best. Makes it easier to manipulate it if it's 3 pieces. You don't have that like a 3-legged stool. But anyhow, that's what I'm going to try to do with it. And we're going to split those pieces and the pieces we just bent and weld them on here. Get all this in the picture laying down like it is, but this is still wet. This is not done by any means, but this is our welded up sunflower structure. This was made from, the sunflowers were made from old disc blades, a farm equipment disc blade that I trimmed up and made it look like the sunflower edges here, and then a piece of expanded metal. And we have spray painted the expanded metal black for this moment, but we're going to go back and make this brown. We just wanted the inside of this to be black, so it kind of faded away. We're going to come back and do some more details on our flowers and on our leaves. But these leaves, we cut out 9 leaves. We had 3 sunflowers, and so we cut out 9 leaves. And some of the leaves, these 2 here, are bracing the sunflowers. We've got them welded together at the bottom end, so they come down like a 3 together, and they welded together. And then we have some leaves here bracing the poles. And the sunflowers themselves are welded together in 2 spots. So it's one item here. It's pretty difficult to move around because this end is super heavy and that end doesn't weigh anything. So, and we used 1-inch diameter, inside diameter, schedule 40 steel pipe. And like I said, the paint job's not quite finished on this, but it's in progress. And I wanted to get these videos out so that we could show folks that the music garden was going to be up and going.
I hope you all have enjoyed this video. I invite y'all to see the flower structure, the sunflower structure at the Southern Virginia Botanical Garden in South Boston, Virginia. If you're interested in taking the classes on how to learn to do blacksmithing and do sculpture work, or knife making, or leather making, or cast iron cooking, survival, all kinds of classes we offer here at the Virginia School of Traditional Arts, check out our description below, check out our information in description below, and give us a call. We'll be glad to set something up if you're in Southern Virginia and want to check out the music garden, the children's music garden at the Southern Virginia Botanical Gardens. Feel free to do so. I'll put a link to their website as well. Hope y'all have enjoyed it.